I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, we just you broke out in the beginning. What'd you say?
Uh, I was in like so many different crypto groups, and bro, I paid this one group like 3K, and I
Mm.
mean, I've never lost so much money so quick than following their signals, and it was just like, thank goodness I ended up here, man. I at least am winning trades, doing what you tell us to do, and then I'll venture outside of that, either out of ignorance or accidentally, or FOMO, and then it doesn't go my way. But what you've taught us so far, it really does work. So I just need to learn the system, man.
Yeah, so that's kind of where what was that other group you joined? I think I was like the Renegades or something.
The crypto renegade.
Crypto. I can't. They
You know,
were. I think what were they charging? 3,000, 5,000.
I paid $3,000, man. I
Yeah,
did two payments of 1,500,
yeah. I remember a couple people are.
and I've
We got quite a few people from that group over here.
uh-huh. Yeah, Nikki actually got me in. She was from over there. And dude, like I know it's probably not much to you, but dude, 3K was a lot of money to me at the time. It still is.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's.
I thought I was going to be changing my life and all this like hype, and dude, I just went on to lose so much more.
So what is the? I'm always like, I don't know. So when I first started, I was, I came from trading. So for me, it was like I was retired from advertising and marketing, and COVID hit, and I was like, well, I just let my managers take over the offices, and I'm like, there really wasn't too much we could do. I mean, we had contracts that we still took care of because they were big contracts with big companies, but there was no like, hiring more people. Everything was kind of like in a standstill, and that I was just like, it was the first time that instead of just sitting in an office, shooting the shit with my other owners and playing golf and going to lunch and shit and going to a sports bar for wings, I was sitting at home and I was like, I started gaming again, and then
Dope.
I was yeah, I'm a big gamer, right? A lot of people don't know that it's like I play a lot of Call of Duty, like hardcore search.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
Okay.
I only play
I game
hardcore.
too,
Yeah,
man.
so during that time I was just chilling, and then that's when all those riots happened, and
Yes.
I know that I was looking at talking to my the bankers and investors and hedge funds and all these people, and they were just, I mean, the market was just plummeting, right? I mean, we sold out of all our stuff, and I told my guys, I'm like, yo, sell your shit, and they're like, huh? I'm like, bro, you're about to go into a massive lockdown. You better sell everything. So so I was sitting there, and then I started seeing the BML marches, So I call up my buddy, my partner, and I said, yo, Joe, I was like, we got to buy a bunch of rent a car stock. Now, during this time, it was kind of cool because at this time, I was in GameStop. I got GameStop for $20, and I was in AMC. So I spent, this time really just dealing with, I seen the change in trading where, instead of dealing with hedge funds, bankers, the normal traders, there was this influctuation of like kids, you know. And what was so impressive about them, I'll never forget this, is the research these bastards would do. Like these guys, I mean, dude, they had like, I told the bank, because afterwards I would talk to bankers and shit. I said, man, you guys are in serious trouble. I said these kids get more information and they break down so much more than you could. You're not even touching their level. I'm like, they understand like information at a level that you can't even comprehend. I'm like, you won't even these kids are gonna they don't need you. I'm like, I'm sitting around watching AMC, at like $2, $1.50, all this stuff, and like it was just so crazy on how the information was being fed so quick because we hopped in GameStop early. We made a killing on GameStop, and
Yeah.
but the understanding of like what it meant. right? And this is, and
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't understand where they were all coming from. But then they were like, yeah, I'm doing options. And I was like, how are you doing options when you're a 17, 16-year-old kid in your basement? And and I really, and there were one kid was like, man, just go to Robinhood. I'm like, Robinhood. So you go to Robinhood and they have this little option to do options. Now, back in the day, in order to do options, you had to literally like be liquid and have trading experience and get qualified. It was the only way to get in the options
Mm-hmm.
game. This shit was hit a button and it says, "Are you an experienced trader?" Yes. Have you been trading long? Yes. And boom, you had options. And if it denied you, you just redid the thing and then you got approved the next time you did it. So these kids were able to like buy options at like 16, 17, 18 years old. And dude, they took that shit to a level that was just unprecedented. And I was just like, man, I was like, these guys are, it's unbelievable what's coming down the pipeline. I mean, that whole year where everybody was stuck in the house, it created wealth for people and people to change their lives. Like, that would have never happened if that happened. I mean, now you've got everyone's a trader. So that's kind of where when I look at these things, I was live on. I remember why I went live. I wasn't even on TikTok. I was like, people be like, "Yo, you watching TikTok," and all you hear was the music, and then you see Charlie dancing, and you're like, "Bro, find something better to do," And all my kids are like, "Well, it's TikTok, Dad," because they went from Vine to TikTok, right? Because Vine stopped, and I was just so sitting. Then one day I was listening to a video, and this person was like, "Don't buy Dogecoin," blah blah blah, and I was like, "What is that? There's crypto?" So I downloaded TikTok, and I realized that there was a bunch of people talking about crypto. And I remember seeing what's her name, the one that always says "babes." Don't buy that, babes. And no one understood what Dogecoin was, right? And I had been in crypto shit since 2016, 2017. So I knew why Doge happened. I knew where it came from. I knew the purpose of it. And I was just like, wow. I'm like, that's a crypto influencer who doesn't even understand what crypto is. Like, didn't even understand that she was talking about it like it was actually a stock. Like, dude, it's crypto has no
Oh yeah,
importance. It's
dude, you
it's a
changed the
meme.
way I see crypto with what you said. I think I people only buy it because it goes up. Dude, you changed my whole perception.
Yeah, it's not anything. This is just a game of what ifs, right? And when you understand where you're at in the current position of this market, now in 10 years, will there be a bunch of purposes for crypto? Yeah, crypto, the technology is undeniable, but that's all. That's all. That doesn't matter until someone builds something, right? It takes shit. It takes 10 years for evolution, right? So, like as a venture capitalist, the rule of thumb is that you don't get any money back for 7 to 10 years. I mean, you already know that. If you put something into a building or if you buy into a company, you're not getting your money back for 7 to 10 years. So that's why giving crypto was giving people the venture capitalist and the ability to be the IPO founders, like the angel investors, without having to sign papers. Like you read a white paper, and then some guy was like, "Yeah, this coin is going to move money from bank to bank and then allow peer-to-peer processing." And they wrote this white paper. And what was so funny to me in 2021 was like all these people like, "Did you read the white paper?" I mean, everybody wants to sound intelligent when they don't understand what they're doing. And I was like, "You do know that a white paper is just hopiism." Like that's what they would. It's a vision. It's like what they would like it to do. But the person who wrote the white paper has no ability to create what they wrote. They're just hoping that that comes true. I'm like, you guys are putting out. I mean, I want to go. That's what I should do. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create a YouTube called "I Have a Big Opinion," and I'm gonna go back and get all the videos of all these people who people think right now are still important in crypto. Listen to them explain crypto in 2021 and just laugh my ass off. They were reading white papers like that shit meant something. Where's the last time you heard someone say something about a white paper?
It's been a minute.
Been a minute, right? Because they all realized it wasn't shit.
Yeah.
But it took 3 years. I was just sitting there listening to people go, you guys, you know how long it takes to create a white paper? 30 minutes, guys. Jesus. Mm-hmm. But it was so funny to me that people just don't understand what crypto is. It's just a angel investing platform for thousands, hundreds of thousands of projects that could or could not or maybe or possibly could do something. The only difference is you get to get in early if you catch it, and then if enough people buy the bullshit, you get to dump on them early. You don't have to wait 7 years.
So real. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, it's an angel network. But yeah, that's why I wanted to, and the whole point of it was I just wanted to kind of like say like, when I first came on, the only reason I came on is because people like, what was her name? She just didn't understand Doge. And I made a video and I said, guys, listen, your influencers don't understand Doge. Crypto is like, it's not that hard. It just comes down to supply and demand, and it's going to come down to what we call trend. Anything in the world that's worth money is because it trends. And if it doesn't trend, it doesn't make money. Doge will trend because it's the number one used meme coin by real people. It has been the number one used coin in the crypto market since 2017. It has more transactions than any other coin on here. And it's a split version of Bitcoin. It's the most popular coin on the market. It will be the coin that pops if this market goes anywhere, no matter what, because Doge is recognized and it's unruggable. And people just didn't understand. It was like at 0.06 or something. And I was like, put 10,000 and you'll be a millionaire. And then it got to like 3 cents, and people, oh, Doge. I said, dude, I told you to already put 10,000. I said, we're going to 50 cents. And they just didn't believe it. Then all of a sudden it was like 13 cents and everyone started buying. And then it went to 8 cents and everybody sold. Then it went to 20 cents and everyone went, oh my God. And then they bought again. Yeah. And then Elon Musk said Saturday Night Live, and it went to 60 cents, and then everybody dumped on the market and went back down to 7 cents. Yeah. And I told everyone, I said, sell it at 50. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, there's no value in it because it's still growing. I mean, you're in an angel network. The people who talk in this field are just uneducated in realms of finance, money, trading, and just reality of money. It's like listen to AOC talk about that businesses should let the employees own the company when she's never wrote a paycheck in her life and doesn't own a company. Mm-hmm. I mean, I look at this world sometimes and I'm like, am I dreaming? Like, is this a nightmare? Because if this was the real world, we're in deep shit.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I wanted to kind of make Trading 102 is because there's courses out there for 20 grand, 30 grand. People are paying it, and I sit there and watch people and they sit there and they talk about charting. And I'm like, you do understand charting isn't trading. Like support, they talk about candles, and candles you don't mean shit. And then they talk about patterns, like a bull flag, pattern or pennant. And I'm like, you do know that it's 40 to 65% accurate. And it depends on market. So it's only 65% accurate when the market's phenomenal, and it averages 40% on the other 80% of the time. So, case in point, a bull pennant don't mean shit. But yet you sit there on a chart and sell this shit to people, and I can look at the numbers and go, oh, no wonder 92% of people lose at trading. They're listening to the same dumb shit, right? And then they recreate all these different ways to explain support and resistance. Oh, it's Elliott wave patterns. Oh, it's the gamma fans. Oh, it's support and resistance. Oh, those are building blocks. Those are buying blocks. Like, God.
Yeah, order blocked. Wow. Yeah, man. I watched that video, and that was so interesting. You said it really is the same thing.
It's all the same. Yeah. That's why I told you there's only 3 rules, right? Here's the 3 rules, right? Number one rule is volume is king. Patterns and candles don't mean shit. If there's money, it goes up. If there's no money, it doesn't. Bottom line. Okay? That's the way it is.
Crazy.
Number two, the second rule is the rule of three. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 moves. There's a breakout, a retest, and a move up. That's it. Or a breakdown, a retest, and a move down. Right? If you follow those 3 moves, it's all you really need to get yourself in a good trade. And the third one is real simple. If it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, then we know what it will do. So if the pattern, the movement, and a breakout all says it's supposed to do this thing, and then it fails to do it, then we know what it's about to do. The opposite. And that's the only 3 things you got to know. Everything else,
wow, bro,
there's nothing. So that's, that's what we're coming out with. I'm releasing my crypto, actually it's called Trading 102. And all it is after all the information for the last 10 years on trading, and especially in the last 4 years where there's a million gurus now, is we've all seen the same shit. And we're still at 90% fail rate. Why is that? It's because everyone's teaching you the same shit, which was created by market makers to give you an ideal that you understand what's happening. And all they do is the cheat sheet, which is market maker trading, which is trade against what the 97% of the people are doing. If they know you're doing a bull pennant, then they'll push it above and then they'll short on you because they caught you in a trap. If they know, right? If they know what
it's happened to me more than 100 times, man.
If they know what you're going to do, they just do the opposite. And then they go back after they wipe you out. Then they continue the move. So you go, I knew I was right. And then you come back. Like, it's the funniest shit watching it happen. It's just like, guys, if there's no money, it doesn't happen. If there is money, it will happen. That's how you can tell whether it's a fake out or not. It's not that hard. So now we're making Trading 102, which is combining all the philosophies, explaining, order blocks, Fibonacci's, support and resistance, and fair value gaps, and literally saying they're all the same thing. And the only way to understand when it's right or wrong is to understand where the volume is, how to see it, and then to see where they're doing a fake out and play against it. That's it. And using strategies that allow you to win inside the game that's being played, which is the money maker game. That's all. So it's pretty crazy.
It's off the wall, man. Yeah, I mean, I've been in so many different groups that have, deep dive the fair value gaps, the order blocks, and I still don't fully understand them completely. But yeah, man, watching the order block video kind of blew my mind. So
yeah, it's a very I kind of put the order block video was really kind of just to open the door to people, to kind of let them in, to be like, so order blocks are just support and resistance. Oh, they're just Fibonacci's. Oh, all right. So that blew your mind, huh?
It did. I thought it was the most complex thing that I was trying to grasp for a while, and when you explained it's literally support and resistance along with the fibs, and you even showed it hitting the same level, it did. Blew my mind, man.
Blew your mind, right? You're like, holy shit. This whole time I'm trying to learn.
It's more simple.
That's the thing, right? It's, and this is a saying, right? And I had this saying when I was young, and I took it all through marketing. I took it through everything I did. And I would always say to people, because it was always weird to me that people be like, when they get mad, they'd always say one thing, right? And so they're always like, it was so simple. You know what I mean? And that's really what blew my mind, because I was like, when something is easy, right? It doesn't matter how you do it or how you put it together. If it's easy, it just kind of goes together, and it always works out, right? Nobody ever yells, "It was so easy." right? They always yell it was so simple. The thing about simple is it's simple, but if you don't follow the directions, it's the biggest pain in the ass you've ever ran into. It becomes a massive problem because you didn't follow the instructions. Like simple and easy, the same kind of word, hugely different in execution. Right? Easy, you can do anything. You can slap shit together with easy. It always works. But simple, man, do simple wrong, that'd be your biggest problem. Isn't
Wow. Yeah,
that crazy?
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always the same.
That applies to a lot in life, actually.
Tons. That's why you have to be careful.
Yeah.
When shit's easy, you're like, oh, okay, I can just toss this together. Oh, this looks really simple. You better pay attention. Because that's what the difference between it's all execution, and that's what trading 102 is taking all the simple strategies that exist, Elliott waves, order blocks, Fibonacci's, support and resistance, but then showing you how to actually execute. Not just use them, but execute. Because that's the difference between the guy who wins and loses. It's just execution, you know? That's the key to it. So that's what 102 is all about. Trading 102 is, all right, guys, it's been a decade. Everyone here knows what support and resistance is. Right? You know, you're not going to watch any video in the world and not hear about support and resistance.
For sure.
At the end of the day, do you understand how to execute on support and resistance? Because that's all that matters. That's it. The only thing you need to understand is support and resistance, and you need to know when it matters, whether it's up or down. That's it. And that's all value. And that's all. So that's really what we're doing. We're going to dig into this next section here, is just really digging into the support and resistance side of everything, because it's a very easy thing to do, but everybody fails to like execute doing it. So that's pretty much what we're gonna focus on.